Hello. How's it going? Let's see here. Fuck. I missed on some good memes. Which memes? Okay. The Tucker Bad Girl clip? I don't know what you're talking about, no. I feel like, fortunately, I do not know what you're talking about. Alright, let's see here. Link it. Or is it in content suggestions? Not in content suggestions that I see. All right, let's see what this is.
Contents of his diapers on the wall of your living room.
Wait.
If you allow your 2-year-old to smear the contents of his diapers on the wall of your living room, and you do nothing about it, if you allow your 14-year-old to light a joint at the breakfast table, if you allow your hormone-addled 15-year-old daughter to slam the door of her bedroom and give you the finger, you're gonna get more of it. And those kids are gonna wind up in rehab. It's not good for you, and it's not good for them. No. There has to be a
Wait. Okay, never mind. It's not
point
worth.
at which dad comes home. Yeah, that's right.
I think it's funny him doing the Daddy Trump meme, unironically though. Daddy Trump, please save America.
Dad comes home. And he's pissed. Dad is pissed. He's not vengeful. He loves his children. Disobedient as they may be, he loves them. Because they're his children, they live in his house.
Have we ever heard Donald Trump say a single positive thing about Democratic voters? I remember him saying recently that he wants to use the military to hunt down the enemies of the people who are living here like rats amongst us. But anything loving, I don't know about that.
But he's very disappointed in their behavior, and he's gonna have to let them know. He's gonna have to get to your room right now and think about what you did. And when Dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now. And no, it's not gonna hurt me more than it hurts.
This is a fetish thing. This is a fetish thing, 100%.
Bad little girl, and when Dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now. And no, it's not gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it's not. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. And you earned this. You're getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl. And it has to be this way. It has to be this way because it's true. And you're only gonna get better when you take responsibility for what you did. That's not said in the spirit of hate. It's not said in the spirit of vengeance or bigotry. Far from it. It's said in the spirit of justice, which is the purest and best thing there is. And without it, things fall apart.
What a weird thing to say. I don't have much to say about that. Listen, I'm super doomer on the election. I realized after my stream yesterday or the day before, it must have been the day before, I don't know exactly how to even, because I haven't fully formed the thoughts in my head myself, but I don't know legitimately if I get like, so many people who do like political streaming, especially if you're a liberal or a leftist, like all of your content comes from, shitting on right wingers, right? So in a way, 4 more years of Trump, and I mean, we joked about this in 2020, right? 4 more years of Trump would be just like free 4 years of content, right? Regardless of how bad it is for the country or anything like that. I don't know. I'm so genuinely disappointed in the state of things right now. If Trump wins, I don't think I'll ever want to fucking talk to another conservative ever again. Like, actually, seriously. I don't think I'll ever want to argue with people that would never admit to any wrongdoing, literally ever. I don't think I would ever argue with someone who would never admit to basic fucking fact-based reality. It's just not fun for me anymore. Because shit's so real. It's so real. And I guess maybe the older I've gotten, the realer things have become. I don't know. Maybe if I continue streaming, if Donald Trump wins and I continue streaming, I just become a video game streamer on the weekends, maybe. I've been seeing, I haven't actually read what she said, but we'll look at it here in a second. I'm so black-pilled. And I don't know if like it's a combination of, I've moved into a different, entirely different area of the country, into an area where I don't know anyone, and I have more adult responsibilities and shit like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's, I don't think that I've ever had less respect for other people in my entire life. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? Because it's a bunch of people lying to themselves. About how bad something is for them. It reminds me of someone that's like in an abusive relationship. No, because that implies that like they recognize there's something wrong, but I don't even know if they do. Like the conversation with Jebtan last stream, I realized immediately after ending my stream, he thinks that the majority of Republicans are the same kind of Republican as he is. He thinks that the majority of the Republican Party are just, the same thing as like California Republicans who are big, pro-free market, anti-big government, principled people. Jeb is one of the sane ones. And he gives people in his party the charity that they're like him, but they're not. And it's actually making me look at other people very differently than I think I ever have. Even when I was like, Trump supporters are all, fascist Nazis, I don't think I looked at them because that was like, these were just buzzwords to me back then. Just mean words to call someone. But now I'm looking at them and it's like, holy shit. This is like reading about a group of people who all start following one person, and then he takes them out into the woods and gives them cyanide pills. Like a fucking death cult, And you're like trying to tell them like, hey, listen, I understand why you're like what you believe and all of this stuff, but like what you're diving head first into is literally hell. It's literally hell. You're walking at fast pace straight into a giant hole in the fucking ground. And they're looking at me and saying that, man, don't you know? You're hyperbolizing. Yeah, this guy might have been, contacted by the feds, right? For, human trafficking and, illegal gun sales and stuff like that. But like, he's a man of God and he's leading us to heaven right now. And you're like, and I'm like, there's a giant hole in the fucking ground with spikes at the bottom. And he is at the lip of the hole, guiding you guys in. And you can see the spikes. They're right there. And then they'll interrupt you and say, no, there's no spikes at the bottom of the pit. You have Trump derangement syndrome. There's no spikes. And you show them the spikes. And they're like, well, those are obviously fake. I don't know, man. It's my birthday and I'm like actually legitimately depressed. Thank you, neighbor guy. I appreciate it. I'm like actually legitimately depressed. And I've been thinking about it so much in the past couple of days. And it's not just the election, right? Like it's living in a completely different area. And like this, unfortunately, this is my, not singular, because I also have Twitter and Discord, but like in terms of social interaction, I don't get social interaction at work because the way that work is set up, I don't get to talk to my coworkers, right? Not in like the manager is like on top of us, no dilly-dallying. It's just like the nature of the job itself. Like you might get to talk to them for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes while setting up and 10 minutes while shutting down. So I don't get to talk to, people my age or, adults outside of streaming or looking on Twitter or talking to my girlfriend. That's just like literally it right now until I meet more people. And the interactions I'm having are with the most deranged, lunatic, sub 40 IQ retards in the entire fucking world about things that I genuinely care about. Shut the fuck up, neighbor guy. You're so fucking stupid. Fuck. But yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know how to like break myself out of the headspace. I don't have a picture of my girlfriend on hand. Sorry guys. I think that she's very hot. Anyways, that was my quick start of the stream rant. Also, this isn't going to be a super long stream just because I still have work today and then I have, birthday stuff to do. But let's read what the fuck Anna Kasparian has to say. Great rant and editor? It wasn't a great rant. I'm sad posting on the fucking internet because I'm depressed about the state of my fucking country. This is my opportunity to brag about my girlfriend. Am I literally having to pull up a fucking picture of my girlfriend right now? You know what? No, I'm not giving you the fucking satisfaction. You wanna see a fully clothed, safe for work, beautiful picture of my girlfriend? Pay me $50 for my birthday, okay? No, just say she's hot. I did say she's hot. Okay. Okay, fine, I'll bite. Fascism requires a militarized citizenry. It depends on what she means by that, but we'll keep going. Conquest imperialism. Sometimes the elimination of our governing bodies like Congress. No, not necessarily. And the notion that anyone who isn't part of the master race should be massacred. That is not 100% ingrained in fascism, by the way. Weird thing to label a guy who brags about not starting any new wars. No, he just continued all of the old ones and increased the drone strikes. He didn't end any wars. He just continued old ones. He didn't start any new ones, but he was around while there were new wars starting. So he also passed criminal justice reform and personally pardoned black inmates who were serving life sentences for drug crimes who Obama was unwilling to pardon. Okay. What criminal justice reform did he pass that was significant in any way, shape, or form? I feel like people have said this before, and I feel like we've looked it up, and what we found was something that was so minor and like inconsequential outside of like super, super edge cases that it didn't change fucking anything. But I could be wrong on that one, you know? I was having fun watching far left videos on what not to wear for Halloween. Oh, you know what? That might be fun to watch. But I'm the fucking stupid one. Yeah, this is a fucking stupid tweet because this has like nothing that she's talking about here has anything to do with fascism whatsoever. Like, oh, let's see what Peace goes. It requires a militarized citizenry. This one, depending on what she means by a militarized citizenry, she could be right, but they told me I shouldn't dress up like an 1800s chattel African slave in the deep south. You know what? See, I hate to agree with the Wokoids. But with skin as fair as yours, it's going to take a lot. Never mind. I can't fucking say that. I'm going to get banned if I say that. Fuck. And I also have horrible fucking allergies. I can't fucking breathe. Here's a follow-up. How do you explain more minorities? Racial superiority isn't inherently baked into fascism. But fascism require white nationalism or extermination of minorities. Trump believes in freedom of speech, but only for certain kinds of speech. You cannot believe in actual free speech, and in the same breath call news organizations evil and undermine them at any turn just for opposing you. What is the video? Oh, the Leah Miller person? I feel like she says some fucking crazy stuff sometimes, but I'm not sure. It would be the funniest shit on the planet for someone like me to do. Anyways, this is the week of pearl clutching over the dumbest shit. Yeah, it is. Here's the thing, like the Tony Hinchcliffe thing, the only reason it's bad is because of the place that it was done in, right? Because I don't think I like the Tony guy. I think he's funny as fuck. Who is fucking with my wires? Get out of here. Go. Psst. Out, cat. Out, cat. Psst. Go. Sorry, both my mouse and my keyboard just started sliding across the desk, and it was my cat chewing on the fucking wires like a fucking idiot. But yeah, the Tony guy, he's a legitimately funny comedian, and sometimes he does racial humor. Why Trump's team thought that was a good fucking idea to have him up on stage, the guy who like makes black people and watermelon jokes on a regular basis, it's beyond me. Like it's really bad that Trump did that, right? Trump's team greenlit that, but not for the reasons that like, oh, it's just racist. It's just stupid. What the fuck was that? Who was in charge of booking him? And then who read over his jokes and said, that's what we need 1 week before the election? I just don't understand what the fucking thought process was, because they did read over the jokes. They did, because they said that he couldn't do a joke calling Kamala the C word. Yeah, they took out one joke, calling Kamala a cunt. They said that one was too far, but they didn't think at all about the repercussions of someone going up there and making fun of Puerto Ricans living on an island of garbage, and Pennsylvania has like 500,000 Puerto Ricans in it. If Trump was the leader of the fascist America that he wants to lead, he would take that person who made the decision to put that guy up on stage, taken out back and shot. Like, I can't fucking imagine what the thought process was. It's actually fucking retarded. Also, all the Dems losing their minds over it is really stupid. I just think that the energy is correct. I just think that why they have that energy is incorrect, you know? Yeah. What Internet Gas said, I didn't even... What are we clicking on here? Are the dim dramatics about Trump even helpful? No, they're not. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think they are, but... Oh, but yeah, what I was saying, like, Democrats, like, they have the right amount of energy. They just have the wrong energy for what the issue is, you know? Like, Tony goes up there and he makes fun of every single racial... Like, I saw a clip of him at Tom Brady's roast, and it was absolutely fucking unhinged. I have never seen someone say such fucking unhinged. It was funny as fuck, but it was unfucking hinged, bro. Like, he is ruthless, right? Which is great in a comedy special setting, right? This is at Madison Square Garden at a political rally a week before a presidential election. I just don't know what the fuck. It's the fact that they greenlit those jokes. It's not the fact that those jokes are just like inherently just like horrible things to like joke about or whatever. It's the fact that some fucking retard on Trump's team said, "Oh yeah, no one's gonna have an issue with this one. This is a banger." It's so fucking crazy. Fuck me, man. Give me 1 sec. I gotta get like a bottle of water, okay? Because every time I laugh, it just puts phlegm on my throat, and then I feel like I'm about to choke and gag. Fuck. Ugh. It's a bit of a boy who cried wolf situation. The media would not shut the fuck up about Trump for so long, putting every single stupid thing that he says and does in the news, and now people are just tired of hearing it. Figures taking hold, anyone who roll their eyes and mentally add it to the pile. Yeah, and I mean, like, fuck. Even when I was a leftist, I was saying basically that exact same thing. We should focus on the like really bad things that Trump says or does, and like not obsess over every single fucking adverb that he says. But at the same time, it's like a 50-50 shot whether Trump is going to say something fucking unhinged. Can we like agree on that? Like, Trump doesn't, there's literally no filter. He doesn't think before he speaks. He speaks to who he's speaking to, and then he'll change what he says to the next person. So there's always the possibility, a literal fucking coin flip, whether he's going to say something fucking stupid or fucking insane, you know? So it's the media, while they haven't handled Trump well, I don't know. Like, if you were to go through every single news story from 2015 about Trump to, let's just say 2020, right? Which ones would you cut and which ones would you keep? Because people are going to argue about which things are the big things and which things are the small things. It's incredibly fucking, it's incredible how often this guy says fucking insane shit. And even though he's ramping up the crazy, yes, it's the slow ramping up, especially because I don't think Trump was this unhinged, you know? I don't think he was this unhinged in 2015. But now it's like more and more and more word salads and shit, dude. It's just like actually crazy. I like Trump on Joe Rogan. I feel like the Joe Rogan thing was a catch-22 for Kamala, because I don't know. I didn't watch it because I don't think that I could sit and listen to Donald Trump talk for 2 hours. I think I would legitimately find the nearest like sharp metal object and drive it straight through my eye until it pushed out the other side. But did Rogan ask him first? Did he ask him any? Yes, it is my birthday today. Yes. Did he ask him any hard questions? Number one. And number two, did he press Trump on any hard questions whatsoever? You know? Because the catch-22 that I'm referencing for Kamala is, I feel like Rogan is primed to dislike Kamala in a way he's not as primed to dislike Trump, right? And I feel like, and again, like, I don't think that Rogan is like an evil, like, just like always pro-conservative. You know, I think that he's just a guy that has fried his brain with DMT and too many kicks to the head. Like, I don't think that he's a bad dude. Um, but I feel like he would probably be significantly harder on Kamala than he would be on Trump. And I like, if he did try to press Trump on something, like an answer to something, and he just didn't. Joe asking hard gotcha questions is rare. Vance was just on Rogan? Really? I would never know because I do not listen to Joe Rogan's podcast. I've listened to exactly one Joe Rogan interview, and it was with Cornel West. And that was a nice conversation before I lost respect for Cornel West. You know, but it's just not for me. It's like, if I want to hear people attempt to talk about something intelligent, I don't want to listen to someone who has fried their brain on DMT, had too many kicks to their head, you know, and like to the point where he would take the fucking horse medicine rather than, you know, just take the fucking vaccine. But, you know, Joe did ask questions and would tell Trump to get back and answer the question. Like, if you can give me like either a clip or like an example of like an actually tough question. You know, like an actually tough question. Like, did you lose the 2020 election? And if he didn't answer, do you, like, if he answered like, no, do you have any evidence that you didn't lose? Like, something like that. Like, so, like an actually hard question, and like pressed him. Like, obviously it's going to be a more casual conversation. So I'm not saying like he had to sit there for 2 hours and ask him that one question, but like some kind of hard question like that where he like actually expects a fucking answer. That would make me respect Rogan a lot more. If there was someone with the power that Donald Trump has in front of him, and he asked him tough questions and expected a fucking answer, right? Because I feel like, man, that format is legitimately powerful, right? How can I give you money but remain anonymous? The donate button. Thank you for considering sending me money. What was I about to say? But the thing about like Joe Rogan's the format of his show, right, is primo for getting people comfortable and having like a chill conversation to the point where like, okay, we're comfortable now. All right. You know, I'm not here just to fucking shit down your throat, but like there's some like legitimate questions that I got to that I got to get an answer to, right? And I think that other people, like people that respect you, we would like to hear this answer. And there's so many people that you could get into that kind of environment and legitimately press them on it and explain to them in a way like, hey, listen, I'm not here to fucking kill you. All right. I'm not here to assassinate you or your character, but like, man, there's some legitimate questions that we have. And like, whichever way you answer, right. But like, just be honest. And I feel like Joe Rogan as an interviewer probably has the ability to do that, but I don't know if I've ever seen him employ it. Joe asked that question, which Trump did ask if he could come back in the future with all the evidence on why he thought 2020 was rigged, which Joe asked if he could still get the bullet points on why. Did he give him the bullet points? Yeah, but if you use credit card, it shows names. To me? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Or if it does, then I'm too fucking lazy to figure out how to do that. Because I don't fucking know. But, fuck me. I've never had allergies like this. I feel like it's something in the air over here. If you can find the clip of him talking about why he thought it was rigged and it was like a legitimate answer. Of course it won't be, because I don't think that he thought it was rigged. I think that there's like a next to 0% chance that Trump actually thought that it was rigged, given the other statements that have come out from Donald Trump's mouth about, like, even if you lose, you got to fight like hell to make sure that you win. Like, those sorts of statements fly in the face of it, but it'd be interesting to see what the response is. Also, Talon, if you donate and I don't see it immediately, or if it doesn't pop up on screen, tell me, okay? Because I don't want to accidentally miss a... I have not been able to figure out what the deal is with my notifications on thing. Kamala only decided to go on after Trump went on, but gave a bunch of stipulations basically changing the format of the show, which Joe said no, the show will stay the same and she can come on whenever. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, yeah, we'll watch that here in just 1 second. This will be next to the last thing that I say about the Joe Rogan thing. Again, like, I feel like, and I could be wrong, there is a world in which Kamala goes on Joe Rogan's, and he's, like, totally just as chill with her as he is with Donald Trump. But, like, just, I feel like he's primed to dislike her more and ask her harder questions and press harder than he would on Donald Trump. Now, if I saw, like, the clips of him pressing Donald Trump and, truth be told, there's no benefit to her going. The only benefit would be to, like, prove, like, yeah, I would do it. But, like, the downsides outweigh the upsides. Or the potential downsides outweigh the potential upsides, I think. I think if Joe... No, it would not. What are you talking about, see? Do you think there's an equal number of Kamala stans and Trump stans that watch Joe Rogan? Absolutely not. It wouldn't kill his brand at all. Because people... Something that I'm also starting to realize, which is killing me inside, is that nobody cares about consistency. Leftists don't care about consistency. Conservatives don't care about consistency. Hell, most liberals don't care about consistency. I do care about consistency, Everyone says that they want, the same rules for everyone, but everybody wants more rules for the other side and less rules for me. Yeah, I think that, like, his fan base, which, I'm sorry, like, you would have to show me scientific fucking polling to change my mind on this. I'm going to say, like, 80% of his audience is pro-Trump. 15% of his audience is, apolitical independents that, like, lean into, like, conspiratorial areas in politics, and then 5% are liberals who just are kind of, dude bros. Like, that's what I would say the split is off the top of my head. But, like, that's not like an accurate polling, obviously. It's more so just, like, it's going to be overwhelmingly Trump supporters that watch him, just because of, like, the things that he talks about, the people he has on, the people that he's friends with, et cetera, Should have a decent chunk of his audience if he didn't treat them both similar. I'm not sure about that, but maybe all of the preconceived notions that I have about his audience are wrong. But I don't think that I can't think of a single fucking liberal, literally ever, who listens to Joe Rogan on a regular basis, is the thing, right? Like, I have met in real life a lot of people who are, like, either centrists, like, independent people, or, like, conservatives, and they'll admit to watching Joe Rogan podcast. I've literally never heard, and this is super anecdotal, I know, but like, man, I would love to see that I'm wrong there, you know? Twitch or Terror is ready to publish. Oh, wait, Tron. There was one thing that I didn't want you to publish, and I need to message you why. Don't publish. No short stream? No, not today because it's my birthday and I'm not dealing with setting all that stuff up. Because this is just going to be a little short stream here. Okay, messaged you. Which is why I would recommend the format for. I don't know. I'm just thinking about like the broad spectrum of things. Like it'd be really interesting to see if there was like an actual sizable, you know, liberal or like liberal leaning independent audience that watches Joe Rogan. That would be really interesting to see, but you know. Okay, let's see here. Let's watch this. I don't even know what we're watching here.
He needs to be reminded and cannot forget. He wants to ban Muslims, he wants to deport Muslims, and he wants to start internment camps.
There's so much shit that you can fling at Donald Trump that isn't this hyperbolic. Like, if anything, what Donald Trump represents as a future for this nation is so much more disgusting than everything that she just said. Like, ban Muslims, he wants to deport Muslims, he wants internment camps.
He wants to deport Muslims, and he wants to start internment camps.
Like, all things considered, like, the reason why I'm so doomer and the reason why I'm so actually depressed about the state of my fucking country is that Donald Trump represents a total nihilism towards the truth, a total lack of care about whether or not what you're saying is intelligent whatsoever. And in fact, a lot of the people who are like his strongest, staunchest allies actively shit on people for being more intelligent than them. Like, oh, looks like this guy went to college, LOL, liberal universities and shit. And it's like, man, I wish that we respected people who knew what they were talking about. I wish that we respected the system of government that we had. I wish that we respected the ideas that the country was founded on. Like I said last stream, like this election is a referendum not only on, you know, Joe Biden's presidency and shit like that, who's going to be who's going to be president. It's not just a referendum on that. It's a referendum on what our politics is going to be like for the rest of this century. Unironically, are we going to be a country that is a bunch of MAGA fucking retards who are legitimately thinking that FEMA is going to repossess your house if you accept aid from FEMA, who think that, you know, weather machines are being employed by the government to make sure that Republicans can't vote, that, you know, the Democrats are wanting as many illegal immigrants to come into the country as possible so that they can destroy the demographics of the white race so that Republicans never win another election ever again. Like, are these the conversations that we should be having for the rest of the 21st century? Oops. Clicked on something by accident. Ooh, fuck. Just while we're on this topic, I don't want to not look at this. Edison research. Oh no. There's a correction right here. While total weekly podcast listeners are relatively split between Trump and Harris, Rogan's audience shows a stronger preference for Trump. Interesting. Well, definitely Harris, probably Harris, definitely. Ooh, wow. So that's 54% definitely or probably Trump and 26% Harris. That is more liberals on a weekly basis than I would expect, but that's still a pretty rough. That's a pretty rough split. No, it's okay. It's okay. Like I just it was the first part of the entire article. I wasn't trying to find a reason to not look at it, you know. But yeah, it's still like, yeah, I'm surprised that it's even a quarter libs. That's legitimately surprising. What I don't understand are undecided voters. That shit's fucking crazy to me. I don't get that. Like, this shit's been in your face for the past, what, 10 years? It's been up in your face for fucking 10 years. Everyone's fucking talking about it. Everybody's has an opinion on it. Every single fucking source of media has a fucking take on it. And you're undecided? How the fuck are you undecided? How do you not know what you're gonna do here? Oh yeah, that's another thing. When they they're saying definitely Harris or probably Harris. They're not even saying liberal, you know? So I wouldn't say that. I would say that these people are probably not Jimmy Dore people, you know? Overwhelmingly male, majority of listeners falling within critical 18 to 34 range. Politically, 35% of listeners identify as independent or something else, while 32 align with Republicans, 27 align with Democrats. Where's the Oh, this is that. Yeah. One party says there's a mountain of evidence that Trump led an insurrection against the United States of America. The other party says that the Haitians are eating dogs with no evidence. Yeah, I know, dude. Trust me. Like I'm dying inside about this. Okay, it's legitimately the most blackpilling thing I think of my entire life. The realization that like people don't care about being truthful. People don't care about being principled fucking human beings in the way that I thought that, like, you know, I didn't think that everybody was like that, you know, but like I thought that more people than I'm seeing now were like that, you know. Since he just had Trump Vance on, well, no, he probably got a surge of conservative listeners like during COVID is when I think the first time I heard about him was in COVID. But I might be wrong there. I can't think of, no, the first time I heard about him would have been when I listened to the Cornel West interview, and that was like very, very late 2019. I think Walls would be better for Rogan. Yeah, no, 100%. Walls would be. I mean, I still feel like, I don't know, man. Maybe I just have a really bad read on Rogan, or maybe you have a really charitable read on Rogan. I don't know anymore about anything. Okay, I don't know anything anymore. But like, I I feel like if you get a liberal in there, that he's going to feel like some amount of pressure to like ask tough questions, because he probably felt some pressure to ask tough questions to Trump. But I would just have to see what the questions actually were and how they were asked, you know? Anyways, let's watch a fucking video before I have to end stream, okay? All right, editor, Tron. This is where we're actually starting, okay?
The Arab American community needs to be reminded and cannot forget. He wants to ban Muslims, he wants to deport Muslims, and he wants to start internment camps. And that's what we are busy talking to every voter. He's telling.
This is what I was saying earlier. Like, there's so many real things that you can attack Trump for that aren't this hyperbolic. That you should just attack him using the real shit that he says. Did he do a Muslim ban, or did he attempt to do a Muslim ban? Yes, 100%. Is he probably going to be able to do that? I don't know. I don't know if he's still talking about doing that sort of thing. But he hasn't been talking about doing internment camps. He hasn't been talking about, mass executing Muslims or anything like that. The real things that he's talking about are legitimately more terrifying than anything that this lady is talking about. Going after, like, openly talking about going after his political enemies, referencing using the military to go after the enemies of the people who are living amongst us like rats, like vermin, talking about the anonymous.
I was going to give this for the completion of Witness, but happy birthday.
Hey, thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. And I will complete the Witness when I know that I'm not going to be, interrupted immediately, okay? But like right now, I'm super, super stressed about the election. Okay, I'm so stressed about it. But I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, like there's so much that you can criticize Trump for, dude. There's so much that you can criticize Trump for, and you don't have to make up anything. The things that he's talking about, using the military against people who aren't his supporters, the leftists who are living amongst us like vermin. Like, that's legitimately terrifying. Like, openly talking about weaponizing the DOJ. Like, the Democrats, hey, newsflash, they didn't weaponize the DOJ. What Donald Trump is talking about doing, if they did this, what he's talking about doing, that I would 100% agree. They're weaponizing the DOJ. What they did was be too scared that they're going to be seen as weaponizing the DOJ, so they didn't do it for long enough. But then when they finally did it, they said, they're only doing it now because they're weaponizing it so that Donald Trump loses the election. It's a lose-lose situation for the Dems, right? They waited until 2022, 2023 to, bring the indictments forward, or to like have the special counsels. That should have been done on day one. But they were scared of seeming partisan. Donald Trump is just saying, yeah, we're going to go out there. We're going to investigate all the fraudsters and all the people who have been against me for all these years. And I need a much better Trump impersonation. But you mean things like this? Let's see what this is.
And I have to tell you, when General John Kelly told me the story of Trump's praise for Hitler, here's John Kelly. He's a retired Marine general, served in the military for more than 4 decades, is a Gold Star father. He lost his son in combat in Afghanistan. And he told me, he would sit across from the president at the time, praising Hitler, praising Hitler's generals for being loyal to him. And he would be flabbergasted that he has to remind Trump, the president of the United States, what Hitler did. I mean, Kelly said to me, he said, I can't believe he forgot the Holocaust.
Here's something that I legitimately, when it comes to things like that, is there not, like, the Presidential Records Act? Aren't there records of literally every single fucking word spoken at every single fucking meeting that any president has, no matter how inconsequential the statement is, how inconsequential the interaction is, how inconsequential the note-taking is? Like, is there not record of this? Because I don't know how it works, but I thought that they had to have like transcripts of every single fucking meeting because of the Presidential Records Act. Is that not true? And if so, is it even possible to subpoena those, or to like FOIA request them? Remember when the media did a piece on how Trump would watch live videos of chimps in the Oval Office? No, I don't remember anyone ever saying that. No, I don't. I remember the Pissgate. Yes, I remember Pissgate. But what was that? Was that Crossfire Hurricane, or is that a different thing? But I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with chimps in the Oval Office. I have no clue what you're talking about.
You what he's going to do, believe him.
Internment camps?
Yes, he has talked internment camps. You know what, Jake? You may have to visit me in one. I get worried enough when he talks about what he's going to do to his political enemies.
Hyperbolic. This is incredibly hyperbolic.
Okay, on yesterday's episode of The Lead, Democratic Representative, of course, Debbie Dingell, told Jake Tapper that Trump was going to...
Oh, no, her name is Debbie Dingell. Oh, no, I didn't even see that. Oh, man. Hey, how's it going, Watsaku? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Send her to an...
Trump had a nervous habit of ripping up every single paper that he touched. Yeah, I remember reading that, but the thing is, like, the White House aides were then tasked with going to the garbage and pulling them out and putting them back together. You know? Like, yeah. Like, that's the story I heard about that, but... Yeah, Construct Those Records are getting paid like $40,000 to tape stuff together for Trump because he couldn't stop. Yeah, I know. I even heard one account, but I'm not sure if this was apocryphal or not, of him like eating the notes. Like he like ripped it up and then like chewed it. And I don't even, you know, like it's not even like a partisan thing on that one. I just want to see a video of Donald Trump like scribbling out some notes with a Sharpie and then being like, I don't want anyone to read that, and then just shoving his face full of fucking sticky notes. God, I want to fucking see that video so much. Not because I hate Donald Trump, just because that would be fucking hilarious.
An internment camp. But unfortunately, she's far from the only pundit and lawmaker who's...
Also, the fall of Anna Kasparian, this was the thing that I said at the time, and I hope to God that whatever... I don't remember if Tron was my editor at that time or if like I wasn't putting out videos. I hope to God that a video of this still exists of me saying like, we'll just have to wait and see. It's just like with Brianna Wu, right? Like some people can like come out of like the hyper partisan, hyper, either hyper Trump or hyper, what do you call them? Like progressive bubbles. And they can become sane individuals who can still critique both sides accurately. And then some people come out of one side and they are so fucking rage-filled at the side that they left because they're treating them badly that they just become, you know, the exact opposite instead of being principally, you know, against both sides, you know? Yeah, they get brain fucked. And from what I'm seeing right now, it seems like Anna Kasparian is going the brain fucked direction, because you can be principally like against like the highly insane fucking crazy progressive point of view, right? You can get away from that like I did and be critical of that like I am and not become, you know, fucking retarded MAGA brained or like conspiracy Jimmy Dore type brain. Like you can do that. It ain't hard. You just have to, you know, remember who you are and what you stand for, right? But I don't think that Anna did that. I am no longer Anna Kasparian's strongest soldier because of the very few things that I've seen of her getting a little bit too fucky-wucky with it, you know? This is what happens when you talk with Adam and Sitch thinking Adam is intelligent. Yeah. Adam seems like a nice dude. I don't feel like he's particularly... He's like average intelligence. I don't think that he's stupid, but I don't think that he's I don't think I've ever thought that he was like just like a smart dude. I have become Anna's strongest soldier. No, dude. Yeah, you're too smart for that too. I definitely never made a video about it. Damn, shame. A gamer that stands for anti-woke gaming. Based as fuck, dude. Based as fuck. You know what? If Donald Trump wins the election and I can't handle politics anymore, I'm just going to go the anti-woke route. It's not political. It's about gaming, all right? And ethics in gaming journalism.
Panicked about the possibility of being thrown in prison or an internment camp should Donald Trump get elected for a second term. In fact, let's watch a clip from yesterday's episode of The View in which
Now,
Mika
I will say
Brzezinski
this.
also.
There are probably some Democratic lawmakers and prosecutors and stuff, dude, that might want to look at a like hasty exit on January 21st of 2025, okay? Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That there probably are, like Adam Schiff or like Nancy Pelosi. Those people might want to like charter a plane to fucking, Canada or some shit. It's not even because I think that they're going to be put in internment camps. I think legitimately Donald Trump will weaponize his DOJ in a way that is unbelievably fucking callous. It's just, yeah. How she's doing it, I've only seen clips of her being based. That can easily be just cherry pick stuff. Well, I haven't seen any clips of her saying unhinged crazy shit, right? I've seen clips of her being based. But like, do I still have the tweet up? Like the fucking stupid fascism thing. This right here, this is a signal to me. This is a red flag, a bright red, crimson, neon flashing red flag. Okay? Because this is not what fascism is. This is what people who don't know what fascism is using like the opposition's behaviors as a definition for fascism. So, I don't know.
Broke down on air. Let's watch.
This is the descent into fascism, if we so choose.
That I agree with. I don't know about the rest of her statement. But it's the possible descent into fascism, yes. Unironically, 100%. Without a doubt. Just the way things are going and the way that Donald Trump talks and the way that he acts and the way that people around him are sycophantically fucking like their mouths are just like vice grip, like fucking suction cupped onto his cock. Like there's no dissent in the fucking party at any like major level, from anyone in power. Like really, all the people that were criticizing him are fucking retiring because they're fucking sick and tired of having to constantly battle this shit, like. Yeah, it's not great. Keep in mind what she says about minorities in that tweet and what she says here. I forgot what she said about minorities. Did she use the N-word? Personally pardoned black inmates who were serving life sentences for drug crimes who Obama was unwilling to pardon. Okay. Get me in a conversation with Anna Kasparian about fucking fascism. I will reread Giovanni Gentile for that conversation. Okay? Sorry, I was reading chat for a second. Okay.
Normalizing January 6th, it's a day of love. It's a day of love. I'll say it again and again and again. Normalizing enemy from within. I'll say it again and again. I'll say it again and again until you get tired of it, until it's not so funny anymore, or you think he doesn't mean it until you realize he does mean it and it's too late.
Bro, wait, hold on. Is this an Oh, no, this is The View. I was about to say MSNBC. No, that is closer to a fascism thing than anything that Anna Kasparian talked about, 100%.
Saying these strict abortion bans are a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Wait, hold on.
We got to wake up, and here's the good news, because he doesn't mean it until you realize he does mean it, and it's too late. Saying these strict abortion bans are a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you kidding me? We got to wake up. And here's the good news, because I come with such dire warnings, and I mean them from the bottom of my heart as a daughter of refugees who came here escaping war, came here for America to be a part of a democracy, to be a part of building something beautiful where they could be free. I'm telling you, the good news is that I believe women will be the beacon in this election.
Yeah, I actually don't disagree with a single fucking thing that woman said there, and that's surprising because I don't think I've ever listened to something that people have said on the View and said, you know what, that's actually based. that's actually true. What she just said, like, I 100% co-sign. I don't know what she said before or after that clip, but just that clip, 100% co-sign. Outlawing abortion. Well, it's at least the way I'm reading her statement there. Where is... Saying these strict abortion bans are a beautiful thing. I mean, that's not part of fascism, right? Yeah, I guess like the way I'm reading it, or the way I read it initially, isn't the way she meant it. Like the way I was reading it was like, the abortion bans, everybody wanted them. That fucking line that he said, like everyone wanted it to go to the states when it was, I'm pretty sure, Roe v. Wade approval rating. This is 2022. "62% of Americans say abortion should be legal in all or most cases." Percent who strongly disapprove. Wait, where is the 62% coming from? Oh, public views of abortion, 1995 to 2022. Interesting. But like, yeah, the idea that like the majority of Americans were in favor of it. It's only his people. It's only his people, you know? I mean, this tweet, keep in mind. Oh, how do you explain more minorities supporting him now than ever before? Are they fascists too? I don't think that all MAGA people are fascists. I just think that they don't. I think, and I've said this a couple of times on stream, and I've said it a bunch to people in real life. I think after a couple of conversations with people in Discord and conversations I've had on stream and just things that I've seen people talk about, I think that the overwhelming emotion, like the overwhelming emotion is hate. And it's not, I don't think that the overwhelming majority of the hate is towards a specific like ethnic minority, or, you know, towards women, or towards, you know, whatever. I think that the majority of the hateful drive to elect Donald Trump again is just because I think a lot of people have just learned to fucking hate liberals. I think that people just fucking hate liberals, right? Even though, like, there are definitely things about liberals that are hateable. Okay, don't get me wrong. I was one of them for a while. Okay, I mean, like, one of the liberal haters. There's definitely things to hate about liberals, but the reasons to hate liberals have diminished more and more over the past like 6 years, right? And it's been exponential. It was slow at first, of them becoming more based, and then very rapidly, since Biden took office, the Democrats have become based as fuck, okay? Just based as fuck. And it's harder and harder to hate liberals. They can be super fucking cringe sometimes, but in terms of like their actions and their policies, the things that they've kind of dropped and have as like the side issues, right? They're much more focusing on economic issues more and more over the past 4 years. They're more and more focusing on like making sure America is in the top spot into the future. That's like the primary drive of the Democratic Party right now, maintaining our position like geopolitically and fixing our economy. And yeah, they still talk about LGBT issues. Yeah, they still talk about, the gays and the transes and, police brutality and all these things. But like those things I don't hear as much in the forefront of conversations as I did back in 2020 or in 2021 or 2022. I just don't hear those conversations as much anymore. And I pay attention to what other people are talking about, Am I working today? I unfortunately am. So this won't be a very long stream. All right, let's keep going. Oh, yeah.
Am I losing my mind in feeling that this hyperbolic rhetoric is not helpful?
Yeah.
It's not helpful, but I wonder what your final take will be. Jesus.
Well, 50-50 in my opinion. So
Yeah,
when
50-50.
Debbie Dingell says he's going to
Jesus.
start internment camps, he never said that. That is not helpful. On that, you're 100% right. Because once she says something that he didn't say.
Also, can we just have like a moment of silence for Jank real quick in the fucking predicament that everyone around him is putting him into? Like he's gonna ride or die for Anna, I'm surprised children not skipping for trick or treating. Well, we're closing early today, so. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like think about the position that like his nephew, okay, Hassan Piker, is the focal point of the biggest adpocalypse in Twitch history. Right? He says like pro-terrorist shit on the fucking daily, and then he's got Anna Kasparian, who like started off, rejecting like the crazy part of the left, but like I feel like has started going further and further down the pipeline to a ridiculous degree, and now he's like on the show with her, and he's like, well, fuck. I'm getting it from both ends now, dude. I'm getting it from the left and I'm getting it from the right. Like, Jesus Christ.
Then not only the right wing, but independents will discount every other thing you've said. Not just every other thing you've said, but every other thing that anyone on the left has said. He never said internment camps. Don't say that. Now, on the other hand, Republicans, you keep denying something he 100% did say. He said, I want a total and complete shutdown on Muslims entering the country. That was back when he was running in 2016. Everybody keeps, you know why they pretend that he didn't say that? Because that sounds uncomfortable, because it's obviously bigoted.
Okay, he did say that. Donald Trump says a lot of dumb crap, okay? A lot of hateful crap, a lot of dumb crap, a lot of undemocratic crap.
And we can
But like,
criticize him
let's
for
just
it.
finish the rest of the story, right? Because he said that about the Muslim ban. He tried to implement the Muslim ban. And then what happened, Cenk? What happened after that?
We fought back,
right?
And people went to the airports, good Americans.
No, that didn't matter at all, okay? That action, I know it makes us feel real good about ourselves. I'm not trying to discount it, but we have a system in place, okay?
Anna is fucking retarded. The reason I'm black-pilled is not because like, it's just 4 more years of Trump. Because if it was 4 more years of Trump in the same way that the last 4 years of Trump were, that'd be one thing. This is a different beast. It's the same beast, but with no restrictions. He's not going to put in people that will ever disagree with him. He's not going to put in people that are going to, not fight dirty. They're going to find every fucking loophole to do the fucking crazy things that he says that they possibly can, or they're going to simply get rid of the rules because he's like, a lot of these are like executive issues, right? Like, he can just get rid of those. There's so much that can go wrong with a second Trump presidency where he is unfettered, where there is no weights around his neck, where there is no one inside saying, hey, this is something that he wants to do, okay? This is fucking insane. And we're like not going to be able to do it, you know? All kinds, Talon, all subjects.
Judicial system, it went through the courts, it was challenged in the courts, and it was struck down.
Yeah, I got you, Anna,
With
but I'm not going to take a chance on a guy who says, I'd like to ban you and your family because you guys are so dirty and inferior to us, and I think you're violent savages, so I'm going to ban you. I'm not going to take a chance on that guy, number one. Number two, he actually tried it. He had to be stopped before he did his fascist idea. Okay, number three, people saw all that and were like, yay, I love Trump, let's ban Muslims, yay.
Based, Jane?
Be honest, okay? So we want to take another shot. And number three or four, whatever I'm on, he has his own dumbass judges now littering the country. So one of them threw out a perfectly good criminal case against him. A very, very important criminal case against them. So maybe we run into a judge who goes, yeah, I think the Muslims are dirty, violent savages. I'm just as bigoted and racist as Donald Trump. I do let it stand. I mean, Trump is saying, let's deport anyone who criticizes and protests Israel on a college campus. Not just arrest, he says arrest them and deport them.
No, I know he says that. Okay,
so is he
how
going
would
to
that
try to do that? Of course he's going to try to do that.
How would that process work, considering the majority of these individuals are American citizens? So where exactly were he?
Okay, so first of all the non-Americans are screwed. You came here, you paid a lot of money to go to, where
foreign exchange students, which like these large campuses are going to be a huge, huge draw for them. So that's one thing. Do you need a degree? Ask me questions after we're done with the segment, okay?
Wherever you're going, Syracuse, Penn State, wherever you're going, right? And he's like, oh yeah, that's it, you're screwed. You criticized Israel and my biggest donor is a giant right-wing Israeli. Okay, so that's it, you're arrested, I rob you of all your money, I rob you of your diploma, and I deport you. I'm not gonna elect a monster like that. Debbie Dingell, you don't have to go to internment camps. He already said all this crazy stuff. So stop making us lose credibility. On the other hand, right-wingers, if you're making excuses for how anti-Muslim he is, he uses the word Palestinian as an insult. He doesn't care about Muslim lives one bit.
Donald Trump is deeply racist and he says deeply racist things, okay? I want to make a distinction between Donald Trump, the person who says and does racist things, and the notion of a fascist. Because look, if we're just gonna use fascist toward anyone
The problem with fascism is that it's not as cleanly defined as liberalism or as even as socialism, okay? Socialism, you can like boil down to a couple of sentences, right? If you want to get like deeper into like the deeper philosophy of it, you can, but like you can boil communism or socialism down to, getting rid of private ownership private ownership of property, workers owning the means of production, shit like that. You can do that. But fascism is not an easily, cleanly defined thing. It is a collection of basic ideas, right? So like all is within the nation, nothing without the nation, right? Like the blood and soil thing, it's very collective thinking. But the thing about fascism is they'll do literally anything that as long as they think that it will improve the nation, right? Even if it's at the expense of the individual, right? At the expense of the individual's rights, at the expense of the individual's quality of life, anything like that. Those things don't matter because they are cogs in the machine of the country, because all that matters is the country. All that matters is the identity around the nation, right? That nation and what the nation represents is more important than any individual inside of that nation. So you can sell out as many individuals as you want. The entirety of the population could be suffering immensely, but as long as the nation itself is doing well and it is able to, prosper in terms of like its economic and military might, that's like just like in terms of like the baseline, if I could define it in a very, very short way, it would probably be that. It's like all within the nation, nothing without the nation. It's all blood and soil, right? It doesn't have to have an ethnic, although it's harder to sell the idea in a multiracial country. Like multiculturalism is out the door. It is all one culture. Everyone is subsumed by the culture. The culture is the nation, and the nation is the culture. Everything has to do with the nation, right? What's the Ryan Chapman? No, not Ryan Macbeth. Ryan Chapman. Videos. Oh man. Oh well, hold on. I couldn't watch it. I love all of his videos. I've watched this one. I wasn't sure that I watched it. I've watched literally all of his videos, and they're so good. Fascism, an in-depth explanation. This is a perfect fucking video. Okay? A perfect video for fascism. I'm going to pull it off screen because I don't know if he shows any swastikas on it. But let me get to the part where he starts trying to boil it down. Conclusion. What is fascism?
Okay, now we're finally at the question, what is fascism? To me, this entire video has been answering that question so far. It's been answering what fascism looks like in theory, and it's been giving glimpses into what it looks like in practice. But now we're looking for something shorter. We're looking for something that resembles a definition. The most popular approach I see tries to define fascism by going into the details of fascist movements. So
I think fascism you can break down to authoritarianism revolving a small group of empowered individuals. No, because then you could also define the Soviet Union as fascist, but I wouldn't put them as fascist. I would put them as Marxist Leninist. Also, Doghouse, how's it going, buddy? Like that's so broad that like an oligopoly, right, would be fascist, but it's not fascist. It's an oligopoly, you know?
You might talk about say a charismatic leader or a democracy being in trouble, or maybe something about late-stage capitalism, things like that. And at the risk of being rude, to me, that's obviously the wrong approach.
Yeah,
we don't define
show
any of the other major isms
it
that way. We don't define liberalism based on, say, details of liberal movements, or socialism by details of socialist movements. So to me, we should obviously define it based on its core idea, and not the details of the movements. And for me, the gold standard here is Karl Marx's definition of communism in the Communist Manifesto, where he says, the theory of the communists may be summed up in the single sentence, abolition of private property. Which then makes me ask, is there an idea or a set of words where if you heard them, you would recognize them as distinctly fascist? Since the 20th century, those words cannot be anything other than fascism. Because if that's the case, then I think that's a good starting point. And in my opinion, those words do exist.
Today.
And those are the words, blood and soil. If we accept that blood and soil is fascist, and cannot be anything other than fascist, then we can test out the idea that fascism is the ideology of blood and soil. It's the idea that people are bound together by blood, and bound to the soil of the nation. In my opinion, that does a pretty good job of covering the essentials. But then at this point you might respond, well yeah, but we associate blood and soil with fascism because it was a Nazi slogan. But I would argue that you're looking at it the wrong way around. Yes, it was a Nazi slogan, but it was a Nazi slogan because it captured the essence of fascism so well. I think calling fascism the ideology of blood and soil is serviceable, but it requires a lot of unpacking to understand, which made me wonder if I could find something better. And I do think I found something, but before I say it, I think I should show you the academic trail I followed to get there. There's a famous definition by Roger Griffin, who said, fascism is a political ideology whose mythic core in its various permutations is a palingenic form of populist ultranationalism. Palingenic means rebirth, like the rebirth of the nation.
What's so problematic about this definition right here, though, is that half of the words, when you're telling this to someone, half of these words you have to define for them in the definition, which is so irritating. Tron is right. People in former Soviet states have brown fascism and red fascism. It's just that I know so much more about, you know, like the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like historical, I know like the historical facts of what happened in Nazi Germany. And I have a little bit of knowledge of what happened in fascist Italy. But in terms of the Soviet Union, I just don't have like the same quality of information. So it could be that I could change my mind on the fact that they could be, you know, red fascists. I just feel like there's like a certain character, a certain flavor to fascism that is Where did my video just go? Come on.
Hey, what's up, everyone? So today's video is phrasing that captures the mass enthusiasm and the components here that could be dropped, and I would still consider it fascism.
There we go.
Namely the...
Yeah, there's just like a flavor to it that is so unique, but hard to define.
palindronic part. So we're going to try to get something closer to what Karl Marx did. I specifically want phrasing that's less clinical. I want phrasing that captures the mass enthusiasm and the demonic energy of fascism, as Robert Paxton put it. Something closer to what Jonathan Haidt said when he described fascism as hive psychology, scaled up to grotesque heights. And the phrasing that did do it for me was Karl Popper's phrasing in The Open Society and Its Enemies, when he used the phrases, "we think with our blood," and "we think with our national heritage." To me, if you roughly combine those two ideas together, you have a good essence of fascism. And that would look something like...
We think with our blood, we think with our... What was the last one? We think with our blood, we think with our national heritage, yeah.
We think with the blood of our nation. The blood of our nation runs through our veins, and it is through that blood that we think. It's when you have a hive of people imagining themselves bound together by the blood of their nation and surrendering their critical thinking skills, and instead dutifully thinking whatever they're told the nation thinks. In my opinion, that's fascism. Which means if you don't have that, then you don't have fascism. It could be something that resembles fascism, but then there's other words out there that can describe it. It could be authoritarianism, it could be a military dictatorship, it could be demagoguery, maybe racism. There's plenty of other words out there. Like I said in the beginning, fascism being used loosely probably isn't going away anytime soon. But among those of us who care, those of us who want to be able to identify it correctly, in my opinion, this is fascism. The ideology that we think with the blood of our nation.
And it feels so not enough. It doesn't feel like it's enough, but it actually is. But that's because fascism, it's like they intentionally... No, it's not like they... I'm pretty sure Giovanni Gentile in his book says, like... Yeah, listen, any of these tenets or like any of the ideas that we have about the economy, any of the ideas that we have about the military, et cetera, all that can be fucking thrown to the wayside, right? What really matters is that everyone is subsumed by the state. Everything is subsumed by the state. Everyone's thoughts are only with the nation itself, and the nation is them, and the nation is them. They are the nation. There is no individual, only the nation. It's a very distinct character. And I think that there are a growing number of people that are starting to like delve into that truly fascist thought on the like MAGA side, you know?
Dislike? All right, then the word doesn't actually mean anything.
Okay, what do you want me to say, Anna? You want me to say wannabe dictator?
Sure, you can say wannabe dictator, but I don't even think he wants to be a dictator.
Of course he does. That's what you do when
yes, he does. He doesn't want there to be any. He wants to be able to rule without any opposition. He doesn't want anyone to stand in his way when he wants to do something. He wants to. Completely fill his cabinet full of people that will never go against anything that he says and fight like dogs to get everything that he wants done, no matter how legal or illegal it is. Like that is the definition of wanting to be a dictator. Yeah. He tried to overthrow our fucking system of government because he didn't want to leave office. He wanted to stay in power. He's like the definition of a wannabe dictator. Yes. Sorry.
Lose an election and you go, oh, I got fake electors and I'd like to terminate the Constitution and bring out the tanks and use martial law against American citizens and shoot protesters. I mean, if that's not fascist, then I guess the word just shouldn't exist.
But was he able to do those things?
First of all, his entire cabinet had to threaten, not cabinet, administration, his White House team had to say, we're all going to mass resign if you roll out tanks against American citizens.
Okay, so if you think he's a fascist, wouldn't that justify?
That means that he's a wannabe dictator, yes? He wasn't able to do it, so he wants to be a dictator. That's the definition of like wannabe.
Taking physical action against him?
No, because that doesn't help. That devolves us further into fascism.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a difference between somebody shooting someone, that's fascism, and saying, I disagree with them, don't elect a fascist prick who says only white people are awesome and everybody else is garbage and should be banned. No, look, I'm not gonna take a chance with a monster like that.
I know, you're focusing on whether or not you're gonna vote for him. I don't give a damn about that, and that's not what I'm asking you about, Cenk. I don't think that this rhetoric, especially from elected members of Congress, is helpful at a time.
I don't agree.
Okay, all right.
Okay, well, Anna, why do I not agree? Because So Trump's helpful is rhetoric?
No, his rhetoric is awful.
Okay, if you don't want to be called fascist, stop saying fascist things. It's not that hard.
Yes.
Not
yes,
that hard.
Yes.
Oh, here, let me have dinner with Nick Fuentes, who's a Nazi, Kanye, who's a...
If you want people to stop demonizing you in the fucking media, maybe stop acting like a demon. If you want people to stop calling you a fascist, maybe stop saying fascist shit. Like they're poisoning the blood of our nation, or like we're going to root out the leftists and the fascists and the communists like the vermin they are with our military. Maybe stop saying shit like that. If you don't want people to call you a fascist, if you don't want people to demonize you in the media, don't act like a demon. If you don't want people to call you a fucking retard, don't say fucking retarded shit every single time there's a fucking camera in front of you. Jesus fucking Christ, it's so simple, actually. You know? It's actually so fucking simple.
Nazi. And let me say there's good people on the Nazi side. Oh, it could be pro-Confederate guys. Might be guys who are pro-slavery who are good guys. Let me do all of these things. Let me say that immigrants are poisoning the blood of our nation, a Nazi term that is only used in the past by Nazis, and then say I'm going to ban Muslims, I'm going to do this and this and this to all the other ethnic groups, and then go, oh, I can't believe you called me a fascist. No, he is a fascist. I'm very happy to call him a fascist. If you enjoyed this video,
fucking based jank, dude. Fucking based jank. Holy shit, this guy's based. Except for when he's not. But right there, he was based as fuck, dude. All right, Tron. That's where I'm letting you cut it, okay? All right. Hey, guys, really quick. If you're watching right now, you're watching my birthday stream. If you guys want to help a poor brother out, all right, here is my donation link right there for you guys. All right, I am poor. I have $1 in my bank account right now until my next paycheck, which I think is happening in like a week. So if you guys want to help a brother out, that would be right there, right there. It is my birthday, legitimately legal birthday. So you guys are required to send me money to that link right there. Anyways. Sorry, I'm not good at shilling, but today is the day I can do it. All right, it's my birthday. I can do whatever the fuck I want. TBH, I have a harder time distinguishing fascism from communism, especially early 1900s style communism. One of their biggest distinctions is that communists make a state-controlled economic system where fascists are corporatist, much like how modern-day China runs. Yeah, like fascists if a company is already doing something that is in service of the nation and they're not doing anything counter to, you know, what the party wants, that company can be privately owned like 100%. They don't care about the ownership of private property at all, right? Only if there's any disagreement or if they're not doing what they want them to do, right? Then they'll, you know, take over that corporation, give it to someone else, and then it's basically still an arm of the government, but, you know, kind of has private ownership still. Like, yeah, the corporatism, incorporating everything. And corporatism doesn't mean like literally just like taking a business and turning that corporate entity into something that is subservient to the state. It's incorporating, literally incorporating everything inside of the national identity that you can. You know, see the meme? This is Anna's logic.
Convicted of a crime I didn't even commit. Attempted murder. Now, honestly.
Hey, thank you for the $25.
Happy birthday. Thanks for the stream, dude.
I appreciate that. Genuinely. Super awesome. Thank you so much.
What is that? Do they give a Nobel Prize for attempted chemistry, do they? Oh, really? Now, this is
Wait,
a
what did he say right
What
there?
is that? Do they give a Nobel Prize for attempted chemistry, do they? Oh, really? Now, this is a personal call.
Funny. All right. Anything else that we should go over before I have to leave? I missed the joke? Fuck.
Convicted of a crime I didn't even commit. Attempted murder. Now, honestly, what is that? Do they give a Nobel Prize for attempted chemistry, do they? Oh, really? Now, this...
No, I got the fucking joke, okay? I got it. I'm just... I just didn't guffaw. God, that's what my girlfriend does. Whenever she tells a joke, I don't, like, have, like, a gut-busting fucking laugh on the ground. Oh, so I'm just not funny. No, it was funny. Oh, man. Well, I'm 29 now. All right, guys. I am 29, and how about this as like a closer to stream? All right. Just a quick little convo with you guys. Like, I'm 29 now, and a lot of the things that I got enjoyment out of streaming before, unless things change dramatically on like the turn of a dime, I don't think that the enjoyment's going to come back from the things that I used to enjoy from stream. The things I enjoy on stream are like conversations with people that will agree with like basic facts of reality, and it's gone. It's gone. You're not going to get that on the left or the right anymore. People on the left don't debate anymore. People on the right don't agree with reality. If I was to get a leftist on stream, what conversation would we agree on the reality of a situation, right? To talk about what the prescription. We can't get past the descriptive to get to the prescriptive, right? We can't get past what is to get to the conversation of what ought be done about it, you know? Will you be here later? Debate Lactoid? About what? I won't be here later because people are taking me out for my birthday. So I will not be on later unless I get on at like fucking 1 in the morning. Unless I get on like 1 in the morning and drunkenly stream. But I think the Soviet Union was authoritarian and would slip into fascism during Stalin's reign and then back out. Did you like talking to that one conservative last night? I kept on waffling on how mean I wanted to be because he was being very chill. And I probably came off as a little unhinged at some points. But man, it's like, this is the problem, right? Not Jebtan, the guy before that. Jebtan, that's blackpilling me because he just like thinks that the Republican Party is like principally in the same place as he is, right? But they're not, or we wouldn't have Donald Trump running again, right? He's like a principled California Republican who is all about, small government, building up our economy, et cetera, et cetera. Reagan Republican. The Republican Party fucking hates Reagan now. But he gives them so much charity. I still love Jebtan. He's a good dude and he's a smart dude, but he gives them too much charity. Like, much too much. Totally unhinged? Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. Totally unhinged. Okay, what were you telling me to look? Have you seen this after the Biden comments? Let me tell you, nothing. I haven't seen the Biden comments. I know that there's contention as to whether or not he called MAGA supporters garbage, but I don't care. I don't care, like, at all. Like, when he says something that's right, and when he says something that's, when he says something that is correct, that they disagree with, he has the brain of Swiss cheese, It's like all dementia. He doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. Look at this fucking retard that we have in the office. But the second that he says something that, like, is against MAGA, then suddenly he's the most calculating, cold, evil dude who knows exactly what he's fucking saying. I don't know or care what the fuck he said about them being garbage, I got into painting minis recently. Don't you paint 40K? Yeah, that was something that I was thinking about doing going forward. after the election because I've started getting back into Warhammer. Let me show you. I got my old metal models. Let me see here. Oh. Oh, wait, oh shit. There was a dude right here. Where's my dude that was right here? Oh, there he is. Let's see. Fucking vintage ass army case. Vintage, okay? Some BattleTech? I have no idea what the fuck BattleTech is. Though I've been out of like the broader Warhammer community for a very long time. But I just finished like 2 audiobooks and shit, and I'm getting back into it. People are dragging me, kicking and screaming, not streaming. All right. I don't have their tops on them right now, but I've got my 3 fucking Lehman Russes. Where's the camera? Look at that shit. Unpainted, of fucking course. Got my fucking Armored Sentinels, dude. Not fully painted. I can't even see if that's blurry or not. Look at that. Needs to be finished. I need to dry brush that a hell of a lot more. But, let's see. Where are my best painted dudes? All right. Then I got my Vostroyan firstborn. All right. My beautiful, beautiful boys. Let me see. Let's zoom in. Look at my beautiful, beautiful little boys. God, I cannot hold it upright. Beautiful metal models. I got about 3 squads full of these bad boys. Why don't I play any Warhammer game on stream? I have in the past. I've played Dawn of War for hours on stream, but it was a while back. Get some BattleTech if you like the Chicken Walker. What the fuck is BattleTech? Copy. Paste. BattleTech. I would never get into just like the modeling aspect of it because I just like the lore of Warhammer too much. Sorry, I just looked it up, but I closed the tab because I didn't realize it changed the scene. But yeah, I need to do some. I have a whole bunch of fucking unpainted shit. I've been thinking about a way that I could paint on stream, but I also don't want to like start getting so into Warhammer that I start paying for it again. That shit's so fucking expensive. I don't know you. I don't know. Have a free form conversation with Lactoid. Debate him on IP law if you disagree. I don't know enough about it. He would just tell me things. I'd be like, dang, that's crazy. Here's the comments. I don't care. I don't care to even check it. Check the DM. Mike stole my look. Don't do that to me. The fuck? I should ban you right fucking now. Okay. What was this? Why did you link this? Have you seen this after the Biden comments? How did they get a garbage truck and put this decal on it this fast? What the fuck? Do you think it was just fortuitous? Like they were planning on doing this anyway, and then Biden said that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we need to do this right now." We did the McDonald's stunt, and that one went over really well. We don't need to do the garbage truck one. No, wait, get the garbage truck immediately.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden.
Yeah, it's not that. What I'm saying is like procuring a garbage truck in the first place that is that clean, that is in the color that you want it to be, getting the decal that is a large enough size and getting it on there. Like that's you know what? I'll say this. That was good coordination. Too bad whoever coordinated that wasn't the one who coordinated the Madison Square Garden thing, because that was a fucking disaster. Happy Halloween, little bits.
With the birthright citizenship. Who the hell has said that in the last 100 years? And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of Latino is unconscionable.
Wait, what the fuck did he just say?
Supporters. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable.
Oh, demonization of something.
Totally contrary to everything we've done, everything we've been.
Thanks. Again, the only problem with his set right here was the venue. Like it's fucking insane that they greenlit that. That shit's fucking crazy. I don't like. Yeah, obviously they were racial jokes, but Tony Hinchcliffe is funny as fuck. Hey, thank you for the $20, little bits. I appreciate that, dude. But yeah, like Tony Hinchcliffe, his shit's funny, right? He's just a funny fucking dude. But like the idea that we're going to like say that the jokes themselves were the problem and not the fact that someone on the Trump team saw them and the only joke that he told them not to do was to call Kamala Harris a cunt. Like, don't do that one. That one's against the rules. But all the racial jokes are totally fine. Who the fuck greenlit that, dude? What a fucking retard.
You know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
And I have to begin by saying 250 million Americans are not garbage. This week, Kamala has been comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history.
I also don't take any of these like, oh, she's calling people, you know, the worst people in the entire... Dude, literally every single one of his speeches, he talks about like the violent radical left and the communists and the fascists. He calls the left fascist all the fucking time. But when we call conservatives fascist, oh no, fucking rip our hair out and fucking eat dust. It's the fucking worst thing in the entire world. Jesus Christ. That vest looks clean as fuck, admit it. I mean, yeah, it looks clean, as in, like, he didn't do any garbage work. Yeah, it's the aesthetic of, you know, it's the aesthetic of being working class while never giving a fuck about the working class. Yeah, thank you, Leitner Goat, proving my point.
And now, speaking on a call for her campaign last night, crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. No way. No way.
President Biden took his comment last night about garbage?
Listen, I think that, first of all, he clarified his comments, but let me be clear, I strongly disagree with any criticism of people based on who they vote for.
I'll criticize them. You don't have to, Kamala. I'll do it. All right, guys, I have to get ready and leave for work in the next 10 minutes, all right? Don't forget, sweet Christ, bro.
This weekend, Republican donors and potential running mates gathered at a donor retreat at Mr. Trump's private club in Palm Beach. NBC News has obtained audio of the closed-door event where Mr. Trump railed against prosecutors and baselessly accused President Biden's administration of orchestrating the indictments against him, saying, quote, "These people are running a Gestapo administration, and it's the only thing they have." This weekend, Republican...
I don't even remember that because he just says so much fucking crazy, stupid shit. All right. Hey, guys. I love you guys very much. I'm going to, just because it's my birthday, I'm going to drop that donation link one more time. All right. And if you donate, I will thank you next stream. All right. It is my birthday. Give me money. All right. I am poor. All right. I love you guys very much. There's a non-zero chance that at like midnight or 1 a.m. I start stream while very drunk. So keep your notifications, subscribe, notification bell, whatever the fuck for that. If that happens, non-zero chance, unlikely, but non-zero. All right. I love you guys very much. And I mean, like, fuck, it's pretty early. Is there even anyone that would be live on Twitch for me to raid into right now? Oh yeah, go watch my new YouTube video that Tron just put out. We're gonna raid into. Fuck it. We're gonna raid into Chud Logic. Show the video. I'm not showing the video. I have to leave like immediately. Okay, raiding into Chud Logic. I love you guys very much. It's been fun. I'm going to get very drunk for my birthday, etc., etc. Yeah, and I'll catch you guys next time I'm able to stream, which might be tomorrow. It might be the day after. Catch you guys later.